Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's F3 division. We're here, round number 7 of the championship. It is Austria for tonight. I am not 100% again, as you can tell, my voice has been struggling for the last couple of weeks, but I'm here because I'm pushing through because I love doing this. Yes, let's hope we have a quietish race. But if last night's, or pretty much every race has been this week, yeah, this is going to be hard. But I'm not alone, thank goodness. Mr. Orphan, you're here with me today. You might have to carry me through this if it gets interesting, especially when we got a full 20-car grid as well.
Yeah. Well, it took our time to get to a full 20 time grid this evening. I just like to point out, I was 15 minutes late.
Not our fault. Not our fault.
Not our fault, we were early for a change. Yeah, so I just like to point out that make sure that you've had your invites and EAs all sorted before the race in future, please. Because, we're supposed to go at 8:15. There's people who want to tune in to the race at 8:50, and when they don't see the race up, they'll probably think, "Oh, is there a race tonight?"
And it's not as if I've got an early start tomorrow for work, so if we have restarts, it could be fun. That was a interesting pit exit from the S10 as we get things underway. Apparently, according to Fruit Boy, there's rain in the race. So that's fun. That is so much fun. Speaking of fun.
Not for the drivers.
Speaking of fun, though, let's have a talk about this track, shall we, Mr. Orphan? A wonderful, in my opinion, 10-turn layout. A track that is well known for everybody else in the league racing, and in my opinion is probably one of the best league racing races to have. I mean, you can have overtakes aplenty. It's such a wide track as well. It's a short track as well. So qualifying here, I mean, you said before we went live, Orphan, this qualifying session is built up to be special, potentially.
I think it is going to be so close. They're going to use so many sets of tires in Q1 to get through. Like it always seems to be in this tier, because their qualifying is so close. But especially this track, one of my favorite, if not actual favorite track. It just flows so nicely, and it just the S section, S's through the middle of the track are just so nice to ride, and it's my first ever victory as well, also this one. So nice. I got great memories of this track, season 8.
Yes, a bit of history here as well, as we're right on board with Rodders now. I heard a little phrase from Days Freak in F1 this week, where he didn't like the camera angles. Now, I adjusted all the camera angles so there's difference between them all, and they're kind of realistic. So what I've done for Days Freak, and probably myself actually, it was a bit narrow. You'll see on the Mercedes here, it's a bit more raised, so we're not on the driver's lap, almost. And I think the Red Bull I've changed as well. So where is the Red Bull? There is James. Yeah, you can see the Red Bull as well, just there. A little bit better. You can see a bit more as well. So hopefully Days Freak will appreciate that when he gets back to F1 commentating. But Rodders is the first on a 5.3. We will see the kind of pace, although I'm expecting 104s, to be honest, Orphan, with this tier.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's first part qualifying. Normally the slower times in the first part. It'll start to go down into the fours, I would imagine, once they get to Q2 and
JP.
Oh, no, JP.
Sorry. Don't touch that curb, JP. You may have my setup, but you need to avoid the curbs. Yes, apparently both Alpines have my setup, which worked very well last night. I got P2, so they need to
Must
use
be doing something, right?
So yeah, full 20-car grid. We need to say, obviously, we've got a few drivers that aren't regulars here today. We have Not Ras, who has been in before, as Petronas sets a 5 flat to go quickest.
He breaks most races, but when he can, he's always selected. So
He just doesn't have a full-time drive yet.
Yeah, still waiting, unfortunately. But every time he selects, and every time he races when he gets a chance, which is, I mean, he's such a fast driver as well. Which is a shame that he can't seem to get a seat at the moment. And, you know, that's as life is with F3 at the moment. We have so many drivers in F3, we can't give a seat at the moment.
No. Slinky Malachi, or Slinky Miliki, is also in a Mercedes today, replacing Headshot. We also have this driver here, and he intrigues me already, because he's on the hard tyres for Q1, and that's IRL Schumacher, who is replacing... Who's he replacing at Williams? Slicks, I believe. But why are you going on the hard tyres? In Q... I mean, albeit... If he well, I swear, actually, if he gets through the hard tyres often, then, well, let's see what he does. Let's come out in the last corner now. It's going to be a 6, a 7, 175. That's probably not bad on the hards, but everyone else is on. I say everyone else. You got legends and Lamb on mediums.
It's not that impressive. I would have thought, because you think he's like 2 seconds down. Nearly 2 seconds down on pole.
Maybe he's getting some race practice in.
In fact, he is more than 2 seconds down. I got that wrong.
Yeah. Maybe he's getting some race practice in or something like that, but it's definitely different.
Well, I'm sure this is the fastest time so far, with a 1:05 flat. I would imagine that these guys would be in the high 4s.
I say mid 4s. Mid 4s, I'd say. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think like average.
Good time for legend that though on a medium, so.
Yeah, not bad. Mediums and softs aren't that too different as well, so you can work it. Vettel up to a 5.2 as well. Go third.
Yeah, he's improved his qualifying lately, Val.
Both Astons, Lemon, Vettel, they're starting to get to grip. That is a lot of traffic going up to turn 1 on board with Jedi. Right. Oh.
They all seem to be in the...
Sorry.
They all seem to be in the 5s.
I also forgot to say, we also have I think a brand new driver of T Punisher. I just got to call him Punisher for short, just to make my life so much more easier. He is in the Red Bull, replacing Dano. It's a bit of a surprise that Dano's missing a race. He's normally very, very reliable, turns up to every single one. But, yeah, it gives Punisher a chance in the Red Bull.
Yeah, I know Punisher. He's from SR. I raced with him. He used to be called SR James. But yeah, I think he's raced 1 race this season. I'm not 100% sure. He did race 1 race. He's been in and out. He had a chance of racing last week, but then I think he backed out last minute or something, or it was either last week or the race before. But yeah, he's reasonably fast. I'd say he's about mid-table-ish.
Right, riding on board with Fish Sticks as he's coming up He's just past turn 1, which was the Castrol Edge turn. Technically gone past turn 2, if you call that a turn. Getting up to turn 3, which is the Remus curve, where in, I think it was 99, the two McLaren Mercedes made contact on the first lap. Hakkinen being put into a spin by Coulthard. Just gone through turn 4, called the a Bosch curve, apparently. Then turn 6, long left-hander. Turn 7, which is this one, it's called the Niki Lauda, obviously named after the very famous Austrian driver. Through turn 8, and then to turn 9, Jochen Rindt, which is another Austrian driver, and then turn 10 is actually called the A1 turn, named, obviously, of course, after the circuit. That's a 4.9 from Fishsticks, which would have gone fastest if it weren't for Petronas to go to a 4.8.
Yeah.
My voice cracking as well.
Yeah.
In the 4s already.
That's
looking quite handy around here.
Yeah, this must be one of the tracks he does like.
I've raced him around here before. He actually, I was in the lead and I couldn't shake him. So, and I'm technically an F2 driver, and that wasn't long ago. So he is quite quick around here. But we were saying about qualifying, Olfen. From 6th to 16th, 10 drivers is 0.2 of a second. We're already, we're already going to get into the realms of maybe a Q1 shock, potentially, because we've got a full grid. Maybe 1 or 2 drivers that we don't normally see down there. Top 10 is going to be anything.
Look at James down in 17th at the moment with a 5.5. That'd be a shock. I mean, Aussie Clex.
It just popped up the 4th.
Yeah. He'd be a shock if he'd gone. But Brothers, 3rd place. And 1.5 flat, almost. Button now, we're flat 5 as well. 0.02 of a second between Clates and Button. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. This is going to go down to thousandths of a second.
So with 5 minutes 30 to go, I'm just going to go through the championship standings, which have been updated on the website, apart from the sprint race. So they do not include the sprint race points. Just got to bear that in mind. But they are up to date up until this track in Austria. So Willy Bum is now in the lead of the championship on 61 points. He is just ahead of Fishsticks, who is on 53. Third is James in the Red Bull, is on 52, with Petronas up to 4th on 40 points. Plates is 5th on 37. Button is on 30. Not Ras, who is still a reserve, but he's 7th in the championship on 28 points. As Lem pops into the 4.9s. Fruit Boy has also gone fastest, so getting times there. Zoms is on 28. Egon is on 27, with Dano rounding up the top 10 and 23. Jedi Gamer is next on 18, with Fruit Boy 15, Eliham 14, Yorkie on 12, Headshot 12, Richie Chapel on 12. JP Game is on 10 points, which I'm very surprised of, actually. He's got more than that. AK Legend is another surprise to me, on 6 points. Vettel on 4, Lem on 3, Rudders on 2, Malachi on 1, and Slicks is 24. We've had 24 drivers. He is the only driver yet to score. Unfortunately, he can't break that record tonight, but I'm sure he will soon.
Yeah, of course, he's currently a tech punisher as retired from the session.
Yeah, earlier on.
What happened to him, then?
He just retired. Retired on the pits. Perfectly fine, but...
Strange.
Right, so, with 3.5 minutes to go, Jedi's retired on a 5.2. That's risky. That's
Dangerous.
incredibly risky. I technically wouldn't, but it's obviously up to him.
Well, JP game is going out at the moment.
James standing 18th. In down here.
Yep. That's what I said earlier. I said, I can't believe James is down there. Can't invalidate his lap now. He has to get it right. It's all about turn 1, I find, on this game. Turn 1 and the last turn on this game, I feel.
Oh. Did you say turn 1?
Yes! He said, but no! So I was saying, the pressure. He's got to keep the ERS now and try and go again.
If you're gonna corner cut a corner, take it from the corner cutting expert himself right here. If you're gonna cut a corner in qualifying, turn 1 is your best bet, because as you can say, you can save the ERS rather than the last corner, which will invalidate your next lap. Malachi, who is coming across the line, sets a 4.9 to put him safe, but it's Jedi down to 14th. JP is now out and needs to improve.
He's got James right behind him there.
Yeah, James is on an out lap. Got
Who
one more
is
chance.
actually one spot below him as well. So, well, currently he's going to go out by 300ths of a second right now. No, not Raz though, down there in 15th.
Legend has just popped in a 4.4. Now that was completely unnecessary, Legend. Also, what? 3 tenths quicker than everybody else? Okay. Hello.
Yeah, it's starting to turn up now. Look at that. That's so close.
Right, so Ham goes 7th. On a 5.0. I'm looking at IRL Schumacher as well, who's a second up.
Yeah. That wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, and he's finding a little bit more. Remember his previous times on the hard tyres, so should be able to go through here, I think. Here he comes. Yep, 5.0 goes to 9th. Jedi is now 15th. You got both Ferraris, JP and James currently in the drop zone. Jedi, Chapel, Vettel, even
got 5 drivers on in the 5.0s.
I'd even say if they all hook up the laps and JP has not, is a second down. James improves, but not enough. Not enough from James. 200ths down. I think James is gone. Yeah, he's slowed down. James is out.
4-day from the Red Bull team.
Come on, JP. Where's that lap time? I was going to say if they all improved, if all 4 drivers improved, Orphan Willie Bum would have been out on a 5.1.
I think JP may have been saving his ERS for the second lap. He's doing a Richie Chapel.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Lowest fuel possible. Is he up on his time? That's the only question. Really needs to hook it up for this final corner.
Oh, he's done it there. He's done it there, surely. There you go.
Jackie
there you go.
4.6.
You're welcome, JP.
Yeah,
that's my setup for you.
I was thinking, surely JP's not maybe 18.
So in the end, Punisher never set a lap. Not Ras 19th in the Ferrari. James is out in Q1, and that is a massive surprise. Technically, he's a championship contender now in 18th. Jedi 17th. Richie Chapel gets knocked out by 4 thousandths of a second to Vettel. A 2.52 to a 2.56.
That is crazy. Most times.
And championship leader, Willie Bum, goes through by less than a tenth. Crazy. Absolute crazy.
Where was
What's
it?
also-
Elliot Ham. Elliot Ham was 10th. Yeah. I wonder how many sets of tyres they had to use to get through there. I think JP had to use 2 sets there. So he's probably down on a set.
Well, apparently there's rain in the race, so I would say they're probably thinking might as well not save any sets of softs because you might not need them. Crazy times. I'm surprised how many are in the 4s already in Q1. 8 of them in a 4. Then you got a 4-4 from Legend. JP were 4-6 as well.
I bet JP was thinking there when that first lap went through. Oh, I'm not getting through here. But Vettel down there in 15th sneaks through and knocks his mate out there, Richie Sharple, by what, 4 thousandths of a second.
The Clates down there as well.
James Noraz and you'd expect them not to be down there. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
So they're 2 shocks really.
Right, into Q2 we go. So the Austrian circuit, located in Spielberg, 125 miles southwest of Vienna. Sorry. First held a World Championship Grand Prix back in 1970. Was a very different track back then. As a wider, sort of faster track. You had a sort of long, fast, sweeping couple of turns. That went straight up from what is now turn 1, and then rejoined at the end of the Remus curve, just where Legend is going right now. Also had a kind of oval kind of bit off at turn 9 and then back arrive at turn 10. But that was back then, of course. These days, 10 turns, 2.6 miles of circuit.
Of course, we got the real life Grand Prix starting this Friday, qualifying. I'm looking forward to it, man. To see where all the cars are this year. I mean, obviously Red Bull, but obviously the strongest. But I'd love it if one of the teams has found something this year and caught Red Bull up a little bit.
You're being
Ferraris
optimistic, I think.
I'm being optimistic, but I just love it if one team has sort of found something, you know, like Mercedes or McLaren or Ferrari or Aston Martin. Yeah.
I think honestly, I don't think Red Bull are going to get caught unless you got the new rule changes coming in at the end of this year and into next. The whole rule shake-up.
Well, they're not coming until 2026, are they? So.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of needs it, I reckon.
Well, you say that. I mean, Mercedes dominated for a long period of time, but then they did actually change regulations through Mercedes dominance at certain points. Try and slow them down. So you could have the case that Red Bull have got to that stage now where it's, for the sport's sake, it's got to a point where Red Bull are too strong. You know?
Yeah.
Because if they win virtually every race this year, like they nearly did last year, that's not going to be good for the sport, is it? If Max Verstappen wins every single race.
No, it's not good for the sport anyway. I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
No.
one of the first mistakes, and this is from a personal point of view, but I think it is, you know, wide range. The fact they've taken it away from terrestrial TV, BBC One or ITV1, the free channels,
Yeah.
and they put it on to pay things like Sky Sports or whatever it is now. Formula E is TNT. That don't even get me started with Formula E, because that was free on YouTube before, and that's now on TNT. Everything is going to pay extortionate prices so you can watch it. And as you say, when the product isn't really that entertaining, when you kind of know who the winner is, it's kind of takes it away, doesn't it?
Why would you pay an exorbitant amount of money to watch a guy win the race every race? That's why I don't buy Sky Sports F1. I watch it on one of the naughty channels, if you know what I mean, for free. And I've never fucking paid to watch F1 ever.
No.
So if I'm going to watch Max Verstappen win virtually every race next year, I'm definitely not paying for it. And I've recently just got Sky, funny enough. I swapped over from BT to Sky broadband. My box came the other day, actually.
Nice.
But I've got a month's subscription still left with BT, so I've got to wait until the 1st of March to hook up. So...
Right, so we've just had our first few laps in Q2. AK the Legend still showing his pace in a 4.6. The rest of the drivers in a 5. The Lem's up in second. Ernest and Fruit Boys sandwiching fish sticks. Very close once again. Malachi, Vettel. I think a lot of them are on used set of tyres. Not really using a fresh set. I think you're right, to be honest, Orphan. I think that Q1 was so crazy. A lot of people used a lot of sets. So, not going to have a lot left for Q2 and maybe even Q3, those that get through.
Oh no, Q3, they'll just literally have one. That'll be it. And that's absolutely amazing at this track. They only did one run in the first session, and they've only done one run in this session. I mean, which I doubt.
Not Ras and James in the chat basically discussing what do they do for the next half hour, those being eliminated from Q1. That is the worst feeling, Orphan, isn't it? When you're eliminated in Q1 and you're just literally just sitting there.
Yeah, it does get there. Sometimes it's nice. Sometimes you can just chill and get ready for the race and just watch other people, So, but like you say, most of the time you just really want to be in it. You want to try and get through. That's what I do. Prefer full dog to short. I mean, a lot of people are. The younger generation, I feel, more sway to short qualifying than what the older generation do. I feel.
There's positives and negatives from both sides. I mean, for me, personally, what the full qualifying does, if you get mixed conditions, like if it's dry to wet, at least you only get that in one set. Say, like, for example, you get dry to wet or wet to dry. Actually, dry to wet would be the worst. Imagine you get dry to wet in a short quali. As soon as it turns raining, and this could be 3 minutes in, like, everybody goes out, does a lap, boom, 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 crazy. That's it. Qualifying's over. Whereas in the full qualifying, you get that, unpredictability in there.
Yeah. You get shocks in full quality.
Mm-hmm.
In short quality, it's just you get 3 attempts to set a lap. So you more likely are going to set a good lap in 3 attempts, right? Which takes out the magic of it, really. You don't get shocks then.
Oh, button.
Oh, but
Sorry. I saw that.
yeah, but you don't get shocks in like short quite as much.
Yeah,
Whereas
because...
the pressure's on then when you only get 2 attempts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And which happened to James today, right? I know I keep rubbing it in on James all the time.
Sorry, James.
but like I say, shock there with James going out in Q3 because I mean the pressure does get to you. Sometimes you can't hook a lap up. I've done it myself many a time, and yeah, so that's why I prefer short. That's like long quality.
He's saying leave him alone. Saying in the chat, leave him alone. Right, LA Ham. We need to start focusing on this Q2 with 5 minutes left to go. This is the top 10, and this is going to be quite interesting, I think. I think we might get a few more shocks here. We've already had a couple. As Ali Ham, he's a couple of hundredths down on his first lap, which is a 5.9. I think he really needs to be the low 5, maybe even a high 4 to be in the top 10. Currently got Fruit Boy on a 4.5, followed by 2 alphas. Lem is still 4th.
He's definitely got to be in the high 4s.
Yep. It's 3 temps up, needs to find this out a little bit more. Got ever so close to that curb. Did not want to touch that curb because that was almost an auto spin.
Here he really needs to send it.
Yeah, final 2 corners, a couple of down the gears, that's it. That's it, use the grip, what you got. 9th, only just. Sneaks into
He's
the
down
top
to 10th
10.
already.
Schumacher's gone to 8th as well. Petronas is on an absolute flight. He absolutely flung the car in maybe a bit too exuberantly.
He loses it.
Still goes third. I thought it was going to be second. It's third. It's a 4.6, despite the sideways moment.
That was at least 2 or 3 tenths there.
Mm-hmm. You know the qualifying system I would love returning, but I don't think they ever will? The one-shot quali. I think it was 2004, 2005. No, 2005 is not the one because they did the combined, like, 2 one-shot qualies together. That was just confusing. No, the whole, you get 1 lap, you make a mistake, you're at the back of the grid, kind of thing. Plus, you also got, like, coverage for the lower teams. Like, back then it was the Bernardis, the Jordans, and the... What's the other lower back market teams? Like, because in full qualifying, you get the usuals. Oh, Hamilton's through. Oh, Verstappen's through. Oh, Lem.
He's purple as well.
Yeah. As I said, you make 1 mistake, and you get, like, for example, if you had it now, Verstappen does a lap, makes a mistake, and he has to start like 15th or 16th. I mean, he will still come through the field, of course, but at least it's something. So I like, but of course he won't go back there, I don't think, as Fish Sticks crosses the line and sets a 4.7 to put them slightly more safer. Just 2 minutes to go.
One shot could introduce a certain different element to it, but I don't know. I just prefer full quality. I know we're never going to get ever close to realism on the game because we have, like, obviously it's a computer game, like, you know.
Yeah.
But in RSF1 we tried to get as realistic as possible, and full quality is realistic in terms of the real life Grand Prix, So
Yeah.
that's why I feel that we should keep full quality. And we're one of the few leagues that are the ones that only do full quality. But every other league that I race in is short. And I see those leagues are falling apart a lot now. And even our league has lost quite a few drivers, but we've got a few recently who've joined. So hopefully we can keep that up. And I feel the new game will bring them all back again.
Yeah. We are.
It always tends to.
We are now very close. No, they've announced it.
Yeah, I saw a few screenshots of it. Was that a real one or was it just fake
it's
one?
real. It's real. You got to see the announcement trail. I love the announcement.
Yeah, because I saw it on the base cam. I think Petronas put it up, and I wasn't sure if it was one of those fake ones that they make, on YouTube.
Yeah. Right, half a minute to go. Button is currently down in 15th. As long as he gets this lap valid, I reckon this should be fine. He says, only 10th though. A 5 flat.
So it is getting really tense now. What is JP doing down in 15th? He was absolutely on fire, on yellow middle sector though.
7 tenths up. Keep this corner valid. And you're good. There we go. JP goes second again. I'm not biased.
Not much in it.
I'm not biased, I swear.
Yeah, me too.
Brothers.
That's it. That must be good.
He drives for the team that I drive for, and he's got my setup, and he's doing good with it. Anyway, Button's out. Button's 11th. Who's knocked him out? Must have been JP. Must have been JP.
JP, sorry. Yeah, JP going second. So JP is on fire around the track. We finally see him on the podium this year.
Schumacher goes third, knocks Lem out. And it's all down to Vettel, who's unfortunately invalidated, so Vettel is out as well. So Clates sneaks through by just under a tenth ahead of Lem. Lem goes out in 11th, Button is 12th, and that's a bit of a surprise. Vettel 13th, Ham 14th, which I think is another surprise as well. And Rodders down in 15th, because he looked quick in Q1 as well, so couldn't hook it up in Q2. And there is your top 10. Two of the championship contenders, or two of the early ones anyway, Fishdix and Willybum, got through, but they're only 7th and 8th. I say only, they're 2 tenths off quickest. That's how close it is.
You look at that though. Less than a tenth to 11th and 10th. Oh, look at that. The guys who got eliminated, 3 of them are a tenth away from going through.
I could have gone any which way for the top 10. Please, Fruit Boy, that is quickest. It's the top 4 covered by a tenth. 4 different cars as well. 4 different teams. And I think pole is anybody's. Whoever hooks up the lap, there's plenty of candidates here. I'd say realistically, I'd say anybody at the top 6. I mean, there's no offense to Fishdix, Willybum, etc. But they're not far off pole, which is only a couple of tenths, but that's what we're talking about. Fine margins, couple of tenths. But this could be interesting. This could be a close one. I've seen Fruit Boy's been consistently out there. Petro's been consistently out there. Legend as well looks good. Schumacher with a lap out of nowhere gets into that top 10. JP seems to struggle the first part of the session and then hooks up a lap, like literally the last lap he does. So That's that as well. Clates is in there. Fish Sticks, we know Fish Sticks is consistent. That's why he's up there. Champ to contend. You got James Petty as well. Take your pick, basically.
Honestly, I can't call this qualifying. Honestly, I think it's shout between Legend, JP, and obviously Fruit Boy would be the ones you'd pick if they could hook the lap up.
Yeah. That's the question, isn't it? Who's going to hook up the lap? This is where, if you have any sets of fresh tyres, when to use them, probably at the end, to be honest. But this is where you push the track limits. This is where you hook everything on the table, because as much as this is a good racing track, and it is, you often get a lot of good clean racing, a lot of overtaking opportunities. You don't want to be in that mid-pack for the first lap, especially. It's a short run down to turn 1. It's a narrow turn 1 and a narrow turn 3.
My audio is jumpy.
It always is. The co-coms always is. Fruit Boy, is that validated next lap? It might be. It is. Right, Patronus is then. Yeah, the whole audio of the co-com, we can't do anything about that because that's just Twitch doing its thing. Right, so Patronus is 16-1 first set is pretty decent. He's going to get a lovely slipstream from his teammate. Goes down into turn 4. I so love turn 4. It's so many ways to attack it, so many ways to try and pass someone as well. Or in Hamilton's case, so many ways to punt off Albon. But, you know, not salty about that at all. Well, then again, the penalty he got gave Norris a podium, so yeah.
Fruit Boy is punching the air for Patronus on this lap.
Yeah, this is looking good. It's a 4.7 though. Not the quickest we've seen, but it's in the ballpark. Oh, Schumacher! Schumacher's binned it!
No!
Last corner. Oh, right in the middle of the track. Jesus.
Oh, hopefully they'll clear that in time.
That would be a red flag in real life.
Lecture's validated as well. On a 4.9.
JP goes third on a 5.1, a 5.2 for Willy Bum in the Haas.
Right, so that'll probably be on a U set. Slinky on the final corner. What does he do? 10.9, so he messed up big time on that lap, Slinky.
Oh!
Fruit Boy!
You saw that, yeah, big slide.
Big slide on the rear end there. Coming out with the S's. They're really pushing the limit now.
What you got to do? Close quali. Here's Patronus currently on provisional pole with 8 minutes to go.
Fruit Boy went straight into the pits. He's got to wait for his teammate as well.
Here comes Clates. Clates, this is a good lap for Clates, and it is a 4.5. Hello.
Oh.
I didn't have Clates in my my radar. No offense to him. But this is what happens. You hook up the lap like that, and all of a sudden you're in the mix.
Yeah. It's ones that we didn't even... I mean, you can predict anyone really if they hook the lap up.
Yeah.
But the ones we were thinking are currently 10, 7, 4. So
Evening Invade. In the chat, we have currently 12 viewers watching at the moment, but normally picks up for the race, so I'm not bothered really about that. But thank you everyone. Thank you for the 12 that are currently watching live. As James Petty in the Ferrari, of course, reserve driver for Wee Biscuits, I believe, tonight. Of course, it's always good to see a reserve making it into the top 10, mixing it up. Of course, for the championship contenders, it's not good because, you know, potential taking away points, but showing what they can do.
Good for the constructors. We'll see.
Invade, yeah, you can, to be honest, cut a bit of that turn 1 and get away with it, as James... Why did I... Oh, it validated. I expected that would have been pole. I didn't even know where it came up.
Where did you validate?
Might have been last... must have been last corner, because it's got next lap as well.
Yeah, must have been.
Oof.
We didn't notice it.
That must have been very fine.
Very. Right, so all nothing now for Fruit Boy.
And to be honest, Invade, if you really want to see track limit abuse, have a look at the real life, I think it was 2003 pole lap for Michael Schumacher, and then tell me about track limits. Come back to me when you see that lap, because that's ridiculous. So you know turn 1, I don't know whether you've seen this, Orphan. This is a real life pole, and it counted, by the way. So you know the runoff area, turn 1?
Yeah.
Michael Schumacher went so far wide, he hit the grass, which is right up kind of near where the tyre barrier is, and carried on, and that counted. Because back then, that was the track limits. They could do that. Don't ask me why. Just the way it was. Fruit Boy, this looks like a stonking lap. Meanwhile, the mini of the 4s. It's a 4-2. Hello. If anybody can go quicker than that,
yeah,
take my hat off to them, because that is... Yes, W lap. There's Invade.
Right, can Fruit Boy put this into the race now? You know what I mean?
Now you've done it.
He always has good qualifying, but then from the race...
Oh, Patronus, that was close.
Whoa, he was using all the track limits there.
Oh yeah, you nearly
And
hit
it
the
cost
tire
him.
wall.
It cost him a 4-3.
Well, because he... because he, like, cut the last turn.
Yeah.
Well, it was a 4-3. Seems to be a battle between the Alfa Romeos and the McLarens.
Legends goes second. So the top 3 of them, 2 of them are there. We just need JP to get there now.
Mm-hmm.
Currently in the pits. I'd love to see JP on the podium today.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Earth is my team doing right now. Ugh. Brighton playing tonight, losing 1-0 to Wolves in the FA Cup. Great times. Great times ahead. Malachi is on a lap, but is going for a second lap by the looks of it, just heating up the tyres.
JP's out now. On track. Sector 2-ish, I think. Going up to it.
Is it too early? For example, looking at fish sticks here. Is it too early to be starting to think, like in his seat, I was going to say his shoes, but his seat, if you like, that's not good for sticks, because now you've got to invalidate your next lap. Is he thinking already at this point of finishing ahead of his rivals like Willy Bum and Patronus?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's in his head now. The championship is kind of slipped away from him for the last few races with Willy Bum.
When he's still second, he's only 8 points behind. Yeah.
Because everyone was saying if he was going to run away with it, but he hasn't. And he is definitely one of the fastest drivers. He's qualifying.
He's consistent.
Consistently.
Yeah.
He's consistent in the races, but Woody Bomb seems to have the up and out pace. I feel in race pace. It's very close between them. I think we are starting to see the two of them as the contenders, which has taken us a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
In Tier 3. But, you know, James is also an outside bet, but his poor qualifying today is really...
Oh, that is a beautiful last corner from JP. 5th. 4-6.
4-6 is 5th place. Ooh.
Yeah. James Petty goes 4th in a Ferrari. Just behind Clates. As we're getting our last laps in now. 45 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Fistix apparently went purple in Sector 1, but...
We won up to 2nd.
Nice. So this is a bit alarming for Fistix at the moment. As I said, we're talking in very early stages of the championship. It's currently behind Patronus, although I think Patronus can go quicker if you can hook his lap up. But you've currently got Willy Bum on the front row. He's currently on the 3rd row? 4th row? 4th row. Really needs to get a little bit higher. Comes around the final corner. Final 2 corners actually into the final corner. Hicks it up. Where's this going to put him? Is 8th currently. The time is up. He goes 2nd. There's me saying he was in trouble. No, he's not. Goes in the front row for now. Comes Legend. Legend takes him off the front row by 2 thousandths. 371 to a 373. Willy Bum's done. It's all up to Patronus. All eyes on the McLaren driver. Currently 8th at the moment. I don't think he would be happy with that.
No, definitely not. His qualifying is weakest thingy too, and a bit tense up as well.
That would put him 4th. That would put him 4th. He needs to find just a tiny bit more to make it McLaren front row. Final 2 corners. Looking good. Where does it put him? 1st? 2nd? 1st! He's taken it! I think.
Oh.
Yeah. On the last lap of the session, Patronus...
He looks so hooked up in that final 2 corners.
Oh wow, look at that. The 2 of them separated by half a tenth, and the 2 of them got a couple of tenths on the rest of the field.
Nothing in it. Fruit boy missed what? That's fault. And then his teammate comes out of nowhere.
Very last lap.
Trying to sit through his qualifying now.
Nice to see.
I bet he's in his house right now, going, yes!
It's nice to see Legend up there in 3rd. Fistix 4th with Willy Bum 5th. Clates 6th. James Petty 7th. JP 8th. Malachi and Schumacher never really got the laps together, but they will start 9th and 10th for this race. Because apparently there is rain at some point in this race. It's not at the start. It is dry, but it is not completely clear. Because if you can see, I don't know if you can see on the stream, but I can see in the game, I don't know if you can see it, Orphan, the clouds above the forest, just at the back of the screen. Those are the dark clouds. I know we're cloud watching, but still, that's how you do it, I think.
The raz, it's less deception.
Right. Take a look at this grid. Strategy's got to be everything for this race, especially. And this is what I kind of hope for like the next game. Like we, as a spectator, get a weather radar, or like the thing you get in the garage. Just that, even that, just to say like when is the rain going to come along? Because that would be interesting. Because obviously in real life commentators, they get it. They get an actual weather radar, so they know when the rain's coming. You get pictures as well, so the viewers can see it. But because it really depends if there's rain and when there is, to what tyres they start on. A couple of hard tyres going on here. Vettel looking at softs, and even if it was dry, I don't recommend the softs, but
that's the race coming early.
Yeah, who knows? I think though, judging by this, if the rain was coming early often, there'd be a lot more on softs. That's my only thought. I think he's just looking at it.
Maybe he just wants to get some moves done early on. You know?
Yeah.
He did say to me though, that the softs can do 15 laps.
If they are...
He had a race recently, he said he did 15 laps on. So, he's obviously confident on it.
A lot of factors in that. If he ends up battling pretty much every lap, every corner, those won't last 15 laps, and depends if they're fresh as well.
He said that he does soft to hard around here. So,
see what happens. Baron's both on the mediums. Currently, Legend on the hard tyres.
because I've got my race tomorrow. Looking forward to it, actually. I like Austria. Yeah.
It is a fun little track.
My setup I think's alright, but I would have to have a quick look at a few other people, like Jonas's and yours.
Basically the ones that have done well this week, is what you're saying.
Yeah. That's what I do every week. Don't work out for me.
Thing is with setups, I always say this about setups. You got to go with the one that's most comfortable.
Yeah. I swapped my setup the other day, and I have your setup, which I felt comfortable on. Right, I swapped it for quali, but then we had a restart, and because of the restart, I had a chance to change back to it. So I did well in the race with it, but it's crap in qualifying because I had a different set that I was using, and yeah. So luckily that restart came, because if it wasn't for that restart, I would have been struggling.
At least not Ras is joined. I think we're holding for him. At least hopefully, because this seems a very long time to wait. I mean, we didn't start on time, of course, but...
Yeah, we normally hold for about 5 minutes.
This is longer than what Cornish does, for example. Are we deliberately waiting for the rain just to pass over, basically? Because I don't know if you realise this. The longer you wait, like this, the rain actually gets closer. If it's due...
The race starts until the actual starts. I don't think the weather starts until, if you know what I mean, the weather starts until the actual start.
I've seen it where like you're selecting your tyres and the time keeps going down. I think there is a thing.
Start. Okay.
I think there might be a small thing in it. I might be looking too much, but also Vettel is now.
That the race starts at the start. If you know what I mean.
Oh, when we've loaded in, yeah.
You know, when they click the button, that's the official race start. Of all game mechanics, if you know what I mean.
I'm all for waiting to make sure everybody's ready, but this is actually starting to get itchy.
I think it's just gone to the toilet or something.
For God's sake.
Here we go.
Alright, take us through the grid, please, Mr. Orphan.
Well, in P20, we have the first of the Red Bulls, Tech Punisher, formerly SLR James. No Raz there. Surprise 19. He's been very quick when he's raced, but that is a shocker for him in P19. Another shocker of a result was the other Red Bull. So the Red Bulls are going to have a tough fight on their hands to get any kind of points here today. In P17 we have Jedi Game. He's been doing well lately, but that is a bit of a low position for him as to the form that he's been on. Shackle's just missing out on qualifying, but it's smaller margins for Q2. Rod is down there in 15th, struggling Q2 after a strong Q1. Ellie Ham, last week's race winner, surprise, down in 14th. Rattel there in 13th. Button there in 12th. Lem, who is starting to find his form a little bit in this league. Schumacher at the reserve here today, along with the other reserves. Slinky, Malinky. JP, a surprise 8th. We thought he'd be higher. James, Petty, P6, Clates in P6, Billy Plum in P5 championship contender, along with Fish Sticks right next door to him. Legends in 3rd, and the two McLarens of Fruit Boy and Patronus are on your front row. So a good chance for the McLaren team to get some decent points here today. Hopefully they won't take each other up turn 1. Let's not tempt fate.
Yeah. So
I'll start at the back.
Yeah, so in terms of the tyres, you got Legend, Clates, Malachi, Schumacher, Lem, Vettel, Ham, Deadeye and the Hards. I don't have time. 5 red lights. And lights out and away we go in Austria. Give me a better camera angle, please. There we go. That's better. The McLarens are off the line pretty well. Let's go down into turn 1. There's a Haas making it 3 wide, I think. I think Button was being quite aggressive there as Malachi has got by. JP, not Ras has retired.
Ras is out.
I think he got disconnected from the session. There's a bit of 3 wide between the Ferrari.
Contact at the back with the Mercedes and the 2 Williams. Rodders and Schumacher and Richie Chapel as well. You've got a sandwich in between them. Oh, and there's a spinner there for
Rodders, by the looks of it.
We can all get through this lap 1, other than obviously not Russ, who unfortunately is out.
I think he lagged out and it retired him on the spot.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a real shame. The 2 McLarens going very close to one another. Fruit Boy and Patronus there. They've gapped Legend a little bit. Jedi Gamers in the pits must have been in contact with Rodders. We saw spinning.
yeah, mate.
The Ferrari of James going slightly wide. Malachi was nearly up on the inside. That's a shame, not Raz. We'll see you next week, mate. But as those things happen. So top 7 have stayed where they are. As a no. Fruit Boy. Got by Patronus, I think. I think Patronus was in the lead. Yeah, he was. So Patronus has dropped back. Maybe working together a little bit.
Yeah.
Not many changes. The biggest gain has been both Red Bulls, up 3 places. James and Punisher at the back of the grid. Lem's up 2. Apart from that, not
James
much difference.
Started on the softs as well. Oh, Patel was going to start on the softs, wasn't he? And then changed it, obviously.
Here comes Malachi.
James has started.
Slinky up the inside. Oh. Sorry, Slinky up the inside. The 3 wide of the Aston of Lem has just undercut the pair of them. And is now leading them to it.
James has just got past Richie. Lying on those softs.
Eddie and Slinky all going to start tyre rubbing.
And he's coming up with his nemesis now with Vettel. James. Former teammates last season in Tier 4. He won't let him through easy. Vettel there, very squarely out of the final corner.
Yeah, Clates is being dropped by the top 5 at the moment. Top 5 will win half a second one another using the DRS. The pull away McLaren's kind of a little bit tactically, I think. I think Petronas...
On ledges, it's left a session.
Oh, that's going to hurt him.
Thank him back.
Linky. Trying to get past the lane as well. Hopefully Legend doesn't drop back far too much. We've got a couple of trains building at the moment. Clay is completely lost from the top 5 and now Fishtick's been dropped from the McLarens.
Oh, he's obviously heat places there, Legend. Good at that. Right, he is back in the car now.
Good. He hasn't dropped back too much as Petty just gone on the inside of Clates. Clates has been overtaken by Lem. Almost as well.
Yeah.
Battles all the way through the top 10 as Slinky and Lem side by side. That's not going to give me a good camera angle for this. Slinky's got to back out from Lem. It's now going to put JP up on the inside. Eventually put JP wisely backs out of it. It's not really an overtaking opportunity there. Unless you're completely alongside. Then a flag. Richie spun it through the middle sector. JP burning in
JP
the
going
RS.
for the move.
Sends it into turn 1 almost too much. That's allowed Slinky to undercut him. Through turn 1 side by side though. James is not James. JP is not giving this up. Slinky's not going to give this up either. They're still side by side. Up through the Remus curve at turn 3. I think JP will be able to keep hold of this 9th place now for him. Just noticing James in the Red Bull Orphan is slowly making his way through. Granted he's on the softs, but he's using them.
Yeah, they can go quite far. If he goes over the hards, he's set. Because he's in such a poor position down there. You have to think out of the box, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people tend to be negative and go the hards, and you know, sometimes it can work in your favour, but I find the majority of it is that everyone else goes to the hards. A number of times I've gone on the softs when I've been that far back, it seems to work out better for me. like it's done for James, because I mean he made up like 6 places off from 18, and he's up to lap 7 on those softs, so he's only got to go theoretically another 5 laps on maybe, and he's in hard range.
Yeah, not bad. So, Clarence still lead.
He'll have an undercut as well, if you think about it. He's first to pit, and he'll have an open track ahead of him. Nice big open space. Oh, there's a big spinner there of the Williams, right in front of James. And he's in. Look, so he's in the wall there on your street.
Oh goodness, there's all sorts of stuff. Gonna Vettel's out, safety car.
Safety car. Just caught it there. It was like a spin. As he came out of the last corner, the Williams, I think it was Schumacher.
They must have been all going quite close there. I think Jedi got caught up in that as well. Bellingham.
I think Schumacher just came around the corner into the tree. Must have just smacked in there. Not seen it.
So this is interesting. Lap 8. This is a very interesting call for anybody in the medium tyres, because last night a few drivers decided to try and go on to hards for the rest of the race. Didn't work out, but you could try it. No one's really going for it. It's a bit too early.
James.
Him.
I would pit if I was James. Yeah.
JP's in. I mean, in the end, those that went onto the hards at this lap, yeah, if I was James, I would have pitted on the softs, but he's decided to carry on.
I would have stuck a set of mediums on, sorry, hards on, to the end there for James. If I was him. They can make it. And then if there's another safety car, he could go to the mediums then, can't he? Or I know he's got like track position at the moment, but look at the cars behind him, they're going to fly past him quite easily.
Bit of a shame for the McLarens. Not what they wanted, because they were managing this race perfectly. They were swapping... I noticed they were swapping the lead between them, using the DRS. Obviously going to be in a party together. They were keeping a gap to Fish Sticks and Willy Bump, but now this makes this interesting. And of course, they're both at the front orphan as well. What's going to happen with pit strategy, because they're both on the same tyre? Rodders is in. You're thinking of going for the hard tyres. Nobody really doing that strategy at the moment. Everyone's kind of going to mediums. What is Rodders going to do? He is gone on to a fresh set of mediums. So, of course, there is the rain.
Shocked James is not here.
There is the rain, and you can actually see the clouds building. There you can see through the build up at turn 1.
Look at that.
Yeah, you see all that. Look at it. It's. Oh.
Maybe it's better to stay out.
Do you see on the stream? Look aboard Fruit Boy. Have a look around. There's definitely a lot more clouds, especially if you look at the back of turn 4. Definitely darker clouds
more
there.
Cloudy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a long way away.
Oh yeah, but it's definitely there, hanging around.
Yeah, you look on that one there, there's a dark cloud just coming over sector 2 if you look to the left.
Yeah. Right over the top of the hill. I mean, we're cloud watching an F1 game, but that's how it works. Safety car in this lap.
Definitely looks a lot. There's a huge rain cloud over there.
Yeah. So, could be interesting. And I think that's one of the reasons why not a lot of people going on for the hard tyres, because not really any point. But let's see what happens. This is a very, very late call from Fruit Boy. Obviously planning this. This is a very, very late call. Still not going. Still not going. There we go. And it's kind of worked. It's bunched up everybody. At the back there's like 4 or 5 wide because of it. This is all getting messy. I think we've just managed to get it together as Slinky up the inside of Schumacher into turn 3 potentially. I'm not going to pronounce your name because that's far too long, but first of all, don't use that language. Secondly, we can't help it. It's Twitch is the app that we use, so be a bit nicer. Thank you. Carrying on. Oh, that's Lem. Bit of a spin, I think, as well. Still plenty of this race to go, but as we're back underway once again, it's definitely getting very overcast. Above. Maybe James is holding out for the rain, potentially. Lost my co-com as well and all that. Hopefully he can get back. Give me a second. There we go. The 2 McLarens once again pushing away from the rest of the field. You're right there, Orphan.
Yeah. Is it me doing the party? See if my mic any different?
Yeah, I think I think it's the app, to be honest. It's always been like this. Rodders is back in the pits as Willy Bum with the DRS flying up the inside of Fish Sticks and take away 3rd place from him. Then goes wide on the exit though, and this will allow Legend to sweep in by. Look at those clouds now, Orphan. There's no blue sky at all.
Definitely coming in.
I would say if you're on the hard tyres now, you are in a massively good position. Because the mediums are going to start running away, and running out of grip at around about this time. But you don't want to pit because you've got moisture. Moisture is on the way. And I especially wouldn't want to be on 12 lap softs, which James is right now.
You deny that?
Yeah, those on worn tyres are going to pray for this rain to stop bucketing in down.
Yeah, definitely.
Often I can hear the stream in your mic. Sorry. Oh, contact! Legend is round! Sorry. Oh, contact! Contact for Legend. I think he was up in the inside of Fish Sticks there. Now JP is all over the back of James. James is really struggling on those tyres. He's pitting already. Don't think he has a choice. I think his tyres are absolutely shredded. He's going to drop down. He surely cannot go for intermediates now already. It's not even started.
That's why I was thinking.
Oh, he is.
No way.
James, you just. They need to do this in Texas, was it?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ham is just absolutely breezed by Petty. Actually, Ham, I've just noticed this, Orphan.
Yeah.
Everyone on the mediums is struggling on 14 laps. He's pitted for 6 laps. He pitted for fresh mediums. He's absolutely flying.
Yeah, he's catching.
Look at it. Look how much grip he's got. All of a sudden, he can actually feature JP as well, who's just got by James. Yeah, everybody who's on their starting tyres they're cooked, but you can't pit yet.
Yeah, they got to hold on for the rain.
They're praying for that flash, that telltale flash that the rain is hitting the track.
Cronus is having a look. Once again into turn 3.
Ham has got by Clates. Ham is right in this race now. Putting pressure on the leaders. Because what do you do here, Wolfen? You're kind of stuck at this moment. You know the rain is coming. You can see the clouds, but you're stuck on heavily worn tyres.
It's
and there
raining.
is the rain. There is the rain. Might be a little bit too late. Ham is now all over the back of Woody. So LA Ham has basically gone from midfield to now with the leaders.
Still fairly early though for the rain.
Far too early. Far too early. I mean, look at James and on intermediates, he's dropping like a stone.
No, he's kind of about the same at the moment.
DRS still active, so it's still completely dry as Ham is going to go up on the inside of Woody Bum now. And I just hold him off. JP's all over the back of Clates. You got Richie Chappell's kind of in this as well.
It depends how long this rain's going to last. It could be a light shower or...
Hammer's got by Fish Stick. Not Fish Sticks, he's got by Woody Bum. He's now on the back of Fish Sticks. Button's gone on to intermediates, but it's still far too early. DRS is still active at the very least.
Yeah, Rollins is pulling away from James at the moment. He's just got to go with it. As they always say, you've got to be on the right tire at the right time.
At the moment, Fishless is just holding Ham up. The two McLarens are still comfortable. 3 seconds up in the lead. But of course, when do they pit? They've got to manage that situation as well. Richie Chappell's just got by Clates. Clates is in the pits. Into far too out. Oh, Clates. Nice second time penalty as well.
Must have got a big slide coming into that pit with the rain.
Keeping an eye on that. The gaps between James and everybody else in the dry tyres, and it's just dropping away.
Yeah, Ron is just pulling away. At the moment, it's still technically
It's
dry enough.
horrible. It's such a
It's
horrible.
virtually on the crossover now.
Oh, look at that. Oh, and JP literally had to back off because of Willy Bum in the house. You could see the. Look at it. It's a horrible situation. But you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait for it. Might even be in a situation. I'm just thinking about it. What if it never gets wet enough for intermediates? They've been in that situation before.
James may have to pit again. He was out on him, so it does look like a crossover now. Looking at that, there's spray going off the tyres now.
Yeah. There goes Ham up to third place, and you can see on the track as well the puddles are starting to form. JP's got Willy Bum as well.
Could see that message come out very soon.
And still, the McLarens managing this race. They keep swapping again for the lead between Frupo and Petronas. They're evenly matched, and they seem to be both struggling in the same kind of breath. But all of a sudden, Orphan, if you pitted under that safety car, you're absolutely in it right now.
Yeah, look at JP. He's the second highest of the ones he pitted earlier.
It's still not wet enough. Oh,
Petronas!
Petronas!
That could be big, huge.
He's gone on to intermediates as well. Though he doesn't really have a choice.
No.
We don't have a choice at that point.
But look at that, two Alpines. It's going to be a strong race for them today.
I think Petronas may have called this exactly right. Yeah, look at the spray.
Yeah. It's definitely intermediates now. On the very close crossover. But I think it's just about the intermediates now.
Yeah, he's got.
Slinky! Sorry. No, it was Fish
What's
Sticks,
Slinky?
is it?
No, it's Slinky.
Oh, Slinky, yeah. GP up to third. Surely got a bit now.
How is DRS not disabled yet?
No, I know.
Whoa. Group boys in.
I would have pitted them.
Ham stays out. Both Alpines stay out. In fact, those that are on the freshest dries have all stayed out.
They're not getting the message, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm with you. DRS is still active, to be fair.
Petronas, who did pit, he's 10 seconds down, 9 seconds down, so he's catching. Yeah, they should have pitted.
Yeah, Petronas has leapt into the lead. And he's 3 seconds to the
JP,
good.
if you can hear me,
Pit! But the problem is, they're both...
Oh, he's lost it, JP!
DRS disabled. There it is.
Should have pitted that lap. Should have pitted that lap. Right, be careful on the entry now, JP. Don't get a 5 second.
Right, so the problem is now is that Ham's going to have pit lane priority. But they've got no choice. They've got to pit on this lap. Let's see where they end up. They might still be ahead of Fish Sticks here.
He's got a bit of a gap to the leader, so he may not get held up yet, JP.
Yeah. See what happens.
Hold it. Oh, don't do this to me.
Alright, so Petronas
is going to get held. He's going to get held up.
Yeah, Petronas is going to keep the lead. Got 8 seconds of penalties though. Fruit Boy the second. Where's Ham going to come out? There goes the Ferrari of Petty, who's still out on dries. Ham is still in third place. He's ahead of Fishdix, who's just been passed by Willy Bum. They're all being held off by Jedi, who's still out on the dries. How? But JP, because of that held up, he's now down in 11th place. So he's back to where he started. He's lost that advantage he had. Jedi still on the dries. James Petty's still on the dries. Although amazingly, he's not losing that much. Well, he's losing to the McLarens, but he's not really being caught by Ham behind him.
No.
Lap 23 of 36 in this. Started out dry. It is now, I'd say, damp at the moment. Because the rain's come down often, and it's not, I mean, it is inters, but it's not complete inters, if that makes sense. I mean, look at the rain. It's drizzling at best.
Yeah. Sure. If JP paid that lap,
Oh, what's going
he
on
would
here?
have been in about, I'd say, fifth place right now.
Yeah.
Just by not pitting that lap.
The Hammer's got by Petty, but he's lost so much time to the two McLarens. So much, in fact, if it finished like this, then Petronas would still be second. 8-second gap for the penalties that he's got. Oh, how is Jedi and Petty still on dries and making this not be disastrous? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're losing time, but as Richie is going to get by Jedi, or should. So they're not. He's not falling away though, is he? It's really weird how this is working.
Maybe it's only a light shower and it's going to go away soon.
Won't be going back to dries.
Could well be.
You see what I mean about the rain? Like, intermediates, like proper, would be more rain than this, as Plates is just going to squeeze by Jedi here. JP burning his ERS, but look, he's not. Oh. Careful.
Fair. If he gets past him, he's going to fly past.
Yeah. Willy Bum is now behind James Petty, and there's a similar situation. Thing is now, James Petty and Jedi, they've stayed out in the dry so long, even if they pit now, they'll lose everything.
Yeah. Or got a very bad exit there, Jedi. Or wants to get into the back of him, JP. Look at it, the hill there. It almost looks a lot lighter in terms of the rain.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I think the rain's easy enough.
It's, as I said, it's like a very steady drizzle. Like, the intermediates are better consistently, but I reckon if it was to dry up again soon, then you could work the dries, and the legend is having his frustration behind James. Finally, he's got the move. DRS enabled!
Yeah, I said it looked a little bit drier.
What is this? So Richie's kind of seen that, and I think he's going back to dries because he's only on 3-lap inters.
I mean, look at Petty. He's only 6 tenths behind. He was 1.7.
So
I was looking at the top.
How far is he off the lead? He'll take back the
Exactly.
lead.
Yeah. Because I caught it. I was like,
Oh my
at
god!
the top of the hill.
what
It
is
looked as though it
this?
stopped raining. Yeah.
Yeah, James is going to take back the lead. If he can hang on to this, everyone's going to pit. Oh my Christ! Give it Jedi's going to fly back up as well. What? How has that worked?
It's virtually stopped raining now. Everyone's going to be in the pits.
I love all. It's so sketchy.
Pit. You're just going to see pit.
And the rain stopped.
5 seconds again for Patronus.
Oh my god, Patronus. And he's going to be held in the pit. Oh, Willy Bum's out.
Willy Bum's out.
Virtual safety car. Willy Bum crashed in the pits.
Championship contender and leader out.
So, because Patronus got held in the pits, he's held up his teammate, which means Ham has got the jump. They're all going back onto dries. Virtual safety car has absolutely completely helped them. Legend is now taking the lead because he stayed out on the inters. And look, the track's dry.
What a
This
race.
And Petty's in the lead. Oh, drive through for Ham. No.
And Slinky.
And Malachi, yeah. So here's a thing. Currently, the net leader, I think, is James Petty. But Jedi is moved into...
Could win this.
Yeah. Why's my voice so... I hate
What is
that.
the penalty situation? A 6-8 Patronus.
Yeah.
Ellie Howe's got to drive through, so he's going to have to come back in.
Ham. This race has just turned on its head, and again. I love mixed conditions like this. If I was in this, I'd be like, yes. So Jedi, he is 7 seconds off the lead. So James Petty at the moment is going to win this. Patronus is 8 seconds, will drop him back.
I wouldn't say anything yet.
No.
Because Jedi is on 10-lap-old mediums, you got to remember. So I don't think he is winning this. You got Fruit Boy on fresh sauce, Fish Stick, JP,
yeah.
Legend, Lem, fresh mediums for James. All the rest below him are all on fresh tyres. So he's not winning this race.
I mean, there's only 7 laps to go.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah. And he's caught massively on Petty. Petty had a massive mistake somewhere.
Same with James. James is going to get eaten up.
Yeah. At 30, this crazy, absolutely crazy. So I think he is gone, and that's a shame. But he was a lap down. So let's take stock. Lap 30 or 36. Let's run through the penalties as well. So James is in the lead. 6 seconds of penalties though. He will, at the moment, just about keeping it to Jedi. But Jedi, as you say, has been absolutely hauled in by Fruit Boy. Patronus is 8 seconds, will drop him back. In fact, Fruit Boy has just screamed by Jedi. So at the moment, being in that second, but at this pace, will catch James. You got Fish Sticks in 5th. JP in 6th. AK the Legend in 7th. Lem, with his penalties, will drop back. You got Ham in 9th. James, who's been basically nowhere, no offense to him, in the Red Bull, is looking at a few points. Then outside the top 10, you got Rodders, as Fruit Boy nearly lost it there. Rodders, Clates, Button, who haven't recovered. Richie in 14th. Punisher and Schumacher, those are still remaining 5 laps to go. Fruit Boy is flying, and at the moment is now in the net lead.
Basically, the favourites for this race right now are Fish Sticks, JP Gaming, and Legend. Because of the penalties that Fruit
Boy's in the net lead.
Fruit Boy, Fish Sticks, and JP Gaming and Legend are the ones going for the podium, yeah. When Patronus' penalties is going to kill him.
Oh, here goes Legend. ERS and DRS up at the inside of JP.
Come on, JP.
Oh, it's going to get passed by Lem, who's burning the ERS, trying to go around turn 6. JP still on the inside, though. Look at this. Camera shot. And Lem just sweeps around the outside. Great racing between the pair of them. But JP has the better ERS count at the moment. Just got to keep here with these two. Lem has a penalty. Jesus Christ, JP.
Yeah, I looked at that then. I was like, JP's just got to be patient.
Lem, fastest lap of the race, right behind Legend.
Lie at the moment, Lem.
Jonas has taken the lead on track. Will drop behind. I think James Petty is really struggling on those hard tyres. Now as Legend's just been passed by Lem. Lem is having the race of his season so far. And Jedi, I think, has let through Fish Sticks. Kind of makes sense from a championship point of view as well. And then he gets a time penalty for his troubles. There's the battles here, so James on the back of Ham as well. For 8 seconds. Currently, Patronus is on for a podium. I think it's Fruit Boy as James is looking on the outside of Ham for turn 3. Ham just parks it. Manages to stay ahead. Fruit Boy is now
I
made
think
it.
it's going to work in Patronus' favour, is that you've got fresh mediums, the softs are going to start to drop off a little bit. From the last couple of laps, maybe.
Yeah, Fruit Boy's just got by the Ferrari to make it a McLaren 1-2 once again. 2 McLarens have controlled this race despite everything. The wet conditions. Got a brief bit of intermediate running. Very brief.
Legends and Lem are fighting. JP's just sitting there watching for them two to come together. Just about held into the DRS there, JP, on the previous state.
So at the moment, because of penalties, Fruit Boy is going to take the win. Which, okay, I should have mentioned this right at the start because we still have a thing going.
Lem's got another penalty.
Oh, Lem.
He's definitely out of the podium slot. It'll be Fish Sticks, I think, will sneak the third one. I think Patronus is going to just about hold on for the podium, I think.
Yeah, I think he will. It's 9 seconds to Fish Sticks, so I think he's alright. As Legend in the back of Lem, they're both hauling in Jedi Gamer. Lem has that 9-second of worst penalties. But I should have said at the start of this race, Orphan, we were 6 from 6 in different winners. If Fruit Boy can keep it on the track, penalty free, we are going to make it 7 from 7. The streak continues, and I don't want to curse him yet because he's still got one more lap. But I'm unbiased, as you know, but this is a long time coming for Fruit Boy. He's always had the pace, it seems, ever since lap 1 of the first race. Has been in the position, I think he got poled in Monza and crashed out the end of the first lap. So he's had the pace to win races, but he hasn't yet. And this is going to be a massive relief off his shoulders as long as he can make it through one more lap. As Lem is battling with Jedi, there's a yellow flag. Button's retired. That's a shame for Button. Has not recovered from earlier on. Jedi's going to drop behind Legend and JP by the looks of it. JP's all over the back of Legend. Jonas, though, 2 corners away. He's going to win on track, but unfortunately, speeding in the pit lane and the time penalty is going to drop him back. Should be able to keep on the podium. But it is going to be Fruit Boy who makes it 7 different winners out of 7 races. Patronus actually holds on to 2nd place in the end. Fishsticks jumps to 3rd. 84th. Legend in 5th. JP 6th. Jedi 7th. Lem in 8th. Ham's just going to hold off James. Get to 8th. 9th is James. And Lem is going to end up with the last point for Aston Martin. Have I got through that race? I don't know. Where do you start there, Orphan? Stories all over the place, and yet,
Yeah.
well, I gotta say the 2 McLarens just controlled that masterfully, despite the wet conditions. They still ended up 1st and 2nd, pretty much. Pretty much what they've had. Pretty much the entirety of the race.
Well, obviously that helps Fishsticks out massively in the championship there.
Oh yeah.
His team, his rival getting crashed out today and him getting a podium. But yeah, that's unfortunate for him, winning them. Really throws his championship wide open though. And once again, a different winner here today. Fruit Boy has listened to me in the first part of this and finally put a performance that goes with his qualifying and gets the victory here today.
He can't join. A Fruit Boy can't join for interview. I mean, I'm sure he's happy anyway. Sure he's happy.
Well, 2 people to interview, or
yes, it's gonna have to be 2. Because the next possible person is JP.
Yeah.
Got 6th. So we'll stick with these 2. I think going down to 6th is a bit too.
Yeah.
Unless you want to. Somebody different.
Could do first. Yeah. Why not?
Right.
We always tend to interview 3 people, so why not?
Probably going to be very confused.
Probably.
This is the reason why I wanted to interview you, Fruit Boy, because that's apparently his first win in over 2 years. So, definitely a long time coming.
Why doesn't he want to do an interview?
He says he can't. He says he can't join for interviews, but there must be some kind of reason for it. I don't know. Right. Right. So, how do you want to do it, Orphan?
I'll start with JP, and you can do the next two.
Okay.
JP.
Hello.
Tick the box. Tick the box first.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
But we couldn't interview the race leader, and we couldn't interview the next two guys, so we decided to bring you in for your P6 here today. Congratulations, just missed out on a podium here today. You got a pretty good race, solid race. Like you say, not a bad quality. We expected a little bit more from you in Q3, but couldn't quite hook it up there. Tell us about the race and what you felt that you could have done better or not.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, with quality, I had a first Q1, Q2 went really well. Had some good sessions, and then just unfortunately couldn't carry that through to Q3. The race itself, I got an okay-ish start. I did lose a couple of places, but managed to gain them back fairly quickly. But yeah, it was just one of them ones. Mixture of weather didn't help. It was just throwing a strat all over the shot. So it was kind of went from medium, and then knew the weather was coming. So it was whether I could stick it out on the mediums or needed to go for inters, went for the inters, and then obviously had to go for the softs, but unfortunately they were used softs, so just losing some grip towards the end. But overall, I don't think it's too bad. Still P6, still points for the team, so still pleased with it.
Yeah, you get into the habit of scoring points again now, so like I say, you turned the corner now, I think.
Yeah, I think it's on its way up. Only improvements. Only improvements.
Yeah, because you're getting into Q3 now as well, so it's like say slow improvement. I mean, it's such a close year. How are you finding it this year? Are you enjoying or?
Yeah, no, it's enjoyable. You've got the likes of like Fruit Boy, Bisphone, some fish sticks putting in some very decent quality times, and then obviously decent pace during the race. Like I said, it's really tight between probably the anyone. I think you guys have said before. There's not really any one person on the big three that doesn't have the ability to win a race or get a podium. It's just really tight between everyone. But like I said, I don't think my sights are set on anything aimed towards the championship. Just if I can get in the top 5, that'll be nice.
Yeah, obviously you're improving and getting points more regular now should be your thing. What about Australia? Is it Australia next week again? Yeah.
It is Australia next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I really like Australia. Coming off the back of the SLR from last year, I think I finished P2 and then we start on P1 due to the parity. But yeah, I did really well there last year, so I'm hoping to carry that over to RSF1.
Yeah. Oh, we'll hopefully see you on the podium next week.
Yeah.
And maybe a race win. Who knows? Another race winner.
Maybe. We'll see.
Alright, thank you, JP.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well done to JP there with 6th place. And if anybody confused, obviously we couldn't interview those on other consoles or the race leader, and we're always told we need to interview somebody non-top 3, so there we go. But good points for him in the Alpine. We head to 3rd place, Mr. Fish Sticks, the ever consistent Fish Sticks, who has, I believe, obviously without stewards' results, etc., has retaken the lead in the championship. Congratulations on your podium, Fishsticks. A interesting race where we went from dry, we had a little bit of intermediate running and then back to dries once again. Must be interesting in the driver's seat. A solid result for you because you beat your early championship rivals. Obviously Willy Bummer no points, James got a couple. You lost a few to Patronus, but you've got to be relatively happy with that, I think.
Yeah, actually, it's unfortunate that week because obviously I was in a party with him at the time, and he just slightly overcooked it on the entry to the pit lane, coming off the Inters. Which is, like I say, I was just coming just behind him, and I saw his win on the side, so it's a bit unfortunate on that. But yeah, it's good that the consistency is coming through finally. But no, yeah, like I say that race, the first bit I felt alright. The rain came. Because I was on the dry start, I had understeer and was just billowing time. And then we went on the softs, and it just felt like I had understeer the whole thing. So I think I'm quite fortunate to have stumbled into third. I think personally, but yeah, we'll take it. I mean, just keep it going, I suppose.
Yeah, you always got to be there, even if like others ahead get penalties, or you always got to be there to pick up the points when they are offered. So a good bit for yourself. I think you were one of the drivers that are in that horrible situation, which I've been in there before, where you're stuck on tyres that are getting worn and worn lap after lap, but you can't pit because of it's not wet enough.
Yeah.
Oh. You want to answer that, Orphan?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So sorry on the yeah, I was saying about the tyres. They must have been absolutely horrible by the time you went on to intermediates.
Yeah, they weren't great. I think I stayed out maybe a lap too long on the mediums. But you could say before the race, we sort of, you could see the timing of the rain. It was like, could you stretch the mediums? Is it going to be even wet? Because we saw the little chunk of dry afterwards. And then because of the safety car, I was just staying out, just in the hope that it just didn't get that wet, and I could just go on to the hards as normal or the softs or whatever and just carry on. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite fortunate because the lap I pit, I proper clonked the wall coming out the hairpin.
Oh.
So yeah, I was I was getting distracted because my MFD wasn't working, and I didn't realise I had my overtake still on, so I was like, really just went all over the place. But no, yeah, yeah, like I say, it was quite an awkward one because it's in the middle. It was right in the pit stop window, so it was like, well, do I or do I not? So it is a bit of a hard one to do, that one.
Yeah. Australia next.
Yes.
As I mentioned, obviously steward depending, etc. Retake the championship lead for like the 5th time, I think, because it keeps changing hands. So the target is now back on your back. For Australia, what is your thoughts for that track? A fast track, but can be quite dangerous as well.
Yeah, so it's got, say, with the changes from the last few years, it's got a bit quicker. But no, I mean, I enjoy the track, so I just gonna have another fun race, and then we'll see where I finish at the end. I mean, that's how I've been doing every race, so it seems to be working. So no stress, just keep rolling, as it were.
Yeah. So that is your 4th podium of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races. So very consistent. Yeah, good stuff, and good stuff.
Cheers.
Good points for AlphaTauri as well for your teammate. So
Yeah, shout out to all the guys that managed to do the dry strat. Shout out to all of them, because that was it must have been really hard for the middle bit there.
Yeah, saw that. But well done, and good luck for Australia next week.
Cheers.
All right, we head to our 2nd place driver. I nearly said race winner. 2nd place driver Patronus in the McLaren, and all in all, a good result for yourself. But I sense a little bit of kind of frustration, similar to what I had yesterday, where the win was very close. Obviously, you won on track, but pit lane and a corner cut penalty dropped you back. I mean, still, second place is a fantastic result. Obviously, you gained on fish sticks ahead of you in the championship. That's yet another podium for yourself after Imola as well. So you're going to be relatively happy. But is there a little bit of frustration there?
Extremely.
Oof. I know you. This is the thing. I know you too well.
I think I called pit stops perfectly, tyre selection perfectly. Everything was perfect apart from the first 5 seconds was my fault. Got the undercut of my teammate. I was able to get past my teammate under the wets, the pit for the second time. When I was coming into the pits, something come up on my screen. There was something that was covering my speed, and I sped. It was flashing green, red, green, red, green, red. I didn't know what was going on, so I thought I was fine. If it weren't for that stupid glitch or whatever the hell it is, I would have won the race easy.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think by the first speed in the pit lane, which was my fault, I would have served that in the second one, and I would have easily got the win. I wanted to be the first person to get 2 wins in this division, so I knew this would have been my best chance to get my second win. But yeah, just extremely frustrated.
Yeah. As I said, second podium in a row after Imola. So, and as I said, you gain points on fish sticks. Is this a championship challenge, do you reckon, or you just taking each race as it comes? Because as you say, this could have been your best chance of a victory.
It's just race by race. You know, we've got some fast people in here. I mean, look at quali, how close it was in quali. Got fast lads in here, consistent lads. Just, I think a few of the top runners are not getting the luck, and I'm sure that will change eventually. So I just keep race at race and see what happens at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, would have loved to speak to your teammate Fruit Boy as well. I'm sure he's very happy with the win. You're talking about luck as well, because he's been on a run of 4 non-scores until this point, and he goes on and wins. Obviously fortunate because of your penalty, but you two completely dominated that race pretty comfortably, despite the rain, despite the dry intermediates, the dry once again. Obviously we spoke to Fish Sticks about it, but what was your tyres like in that horrible scenario where your worn dries but it's not wet enough for intermediates? Yeah.
I mean, obviously my tyres were giving away. They were getting a bit warm, but I was pretty comfortable. I wouldn't say I was cruising, but I wasn't struggling. Me and my teammate, we did some great teamwork to pull away from the pack at the start and after the safety car. So, I mean, we're not in a party, we don't talk in a party or anything like that. We just work
You
well
don't?
together.
I thought you did.
No, we didn't. I mean, didn't you see us start fighting towards pit stop?
I saw you a little bit, because I thought you were just swapping positions, just like literally working together.
No, he was trying to overtake me, I was trying to overtake him, we was fighting to get that first pit stop preference.
Okay.
But no, we worked well. We was in touch. Staying as DRS. Yeah. It was a good race, so all in all, just a shame I didn't get the result I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the constructors here, going into that going into that race, you were 36 points behind current leaders Haas. Now, obviously Haas had a difficult race, I believe, I think Red Bull only got 1 point finishes. I think Alpha Tauri at both points. Basically, that 1-2 for you and Fruit Boy probably leapt you up into second, maybe even third in the constructors. So massive leap up. Is that maybe something the pair of you could sort of look at now? Is the bad luck of Fruit Boy over?
I hope so. You know, I don't want to see anyone do bad, especially my teammate. So hopefully it's, you know, we're both good drivers. All of us in this division are good drivers. So, you know, I hope his luck stays this way, and we can hopefully get the title for the constructors.
Yeah. Australia next. For us, where is Australia? There. I always think Australia's right at the end for some reason. There we are. Mentioned to. I love how. I don't know if you noticed on Time Trial, it says like track difficulty. Apparently, Australia is very easy. Love to know how, because it is.
The game's on crack.
Can catch you out very, very easily, actually. So.
2's 1 and 2's difficult.
Yeah.
And whippy curves, that's bloody difficult. So I wouldn't say it's an easy track. The last corner's quite slippy. Yeah, it's definitely not an easy track, but I think it's all down to setup dependent.
On this game's logic, basically Spain is more difficult than Australia.
I'm actually looking forward to the 100% around Spain.
Yeah, right at the end. I think Canada is more easy, more difficult. Yeah, obviously qualifying is going to come into play, I reckon, once again. But yeah, as I guess as you mentioned before, you're just going to take this race as it comes, see how you end up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put no pressure on myself. Like I said, race one. I'm sorry, race by race, see where I end up.
Right then. Well done in your second place, and good luck
Thank
for
you.
next week in Australia.
Thank you very much.
Any last words from you, Orphan?
Not really. That was a really entertaining race. I really enjoyed that race. It was up and down with the weather and stuff like that. It kind of threw a lot of people off, and it also brought a lot of people back into the race who were out of it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was quite entertaining. Qualifying was mega close as per usual, especially on this track for Tier 3. So, I mean, Australia next week should be an interesting one, and we got another race winner, so it's 7 out of 7, and hopefully it'll continue.
So I'm just
I will
looking in.
say,
Yeah.
I don't know how that 4 point will come from, because my PB before that was 4-4.
Yeah, I was going to say you were on it. You're on it today, qualifying.
I know, I looked at that. If you look back on the stream, I said to Michaels, he absolutely hooked that last 3 quarters.
Yeah, my setup was very good around those corners.
Absolutely hooked it around those corners. And you came across the line, I was like 4.1.
Yeah.
I'll be DMing you in the chat.
Anyway.
Yeah, you can have it if you want.
Anyway, let's wrap this up. Yeah, well done to everybody in Tier 3 today. A great race altogether. I just wish my voice was completely better. Hopefully it will be, fingers crossed, for Australia next week. Of course, we've got one more race with Austria, which is the F4 drivers, which Jake DeRosa will be taking you through the action tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'll be watching. Again, hopefully feeling better than what I am right now. I'm holding up, it's just, you know, struggle. But yes, Australia is next on the calendar for RSF1. Go from Austria to Australia, adding a few letters and a fast technical circuit that can hurt you if you don't respect it. Let's see what happens next week. But thank you for your company, Orphan.
Thank you.
And well done to everybody on the podium. And we will see you next time. Take care and good night.